Namaste children, welcome again in the political science class. Today again in this second lecture of my video, we will continue the chapter federalism. So in the first video we have already discussed about the division of power, difference between the unitary form of government and the federal form of government and the characteristics of the federalism. Now today our topic is federalism with a strong central government. So first point we will see here, strong center. We have already known that in our constitution already division of power is demarcated clearly. In all the subjects related to the national importance are mentioned in the union list, and the union government, or you can say the central government, has power to make laws on the subject mentioned in the union list. And the concurrent list, if we will talk about the concurrent list, both union and center both have power to make laws. But if there will be some conflict arise between the center and the state government, that time only the saying of central government is more important rather than the state government. So this type of division of power makes central government more powerful than the state government. Now we will discuss about the topic emergency powers, which makes also central government strong. So in the executive chapter you have already studied about the emergency powers of the president as mentioned in the article 352, 356 and 360. First we will take the article 352. In article 352, if there will be any danger from the neighboring country, at that time, at the time of situation of war, that time president can declare the national emergency. And this situation, all the powers exercised by executive and legislative powers exercised by the central government. So this provision also makes central government strong. Next is Article 356. According to Article 356, if in any state government fail to run the government according to the constitutional provisions, at that time also president can declare the emergency. And all the executive power goes into the hands of the president and all the legislative powers goes into the hands of the central government. Now according to Article 360, in case of declaration of the financial emergency by the president, the center is again authorized to issue direction concerning the economy of the state and they will obey it. Now next is financial dependent. These financial dependent of the state government on the center also make central government strong. So here we see the central government enjoy more resources rather than the state government, and the state can get loan from the central government also. State apply for grants in aid from central government, and hence we see states are fully dependent on the central government. So this dependent of state for regarding the finance is also makes central government strong. Now the last and important point is here that appointment of the governor. Here we see, and you all know that governor is head of the state as well as agent of the central government and appointed by the President of India. And he remains in the office till the pleasure of the president. Hence governor act according to the wishes of the central government. So these all points makes a strong central government in Indian federalism. So this is all about this topic. In the next video we will discuss about the next topic, and this topic is conflict between center and state. Thank you.